The stage is set for the D-Day tomorrow in the northeast. Counting of votes are scheduled to begin in Tripura, Nagaland and Meghalaya. They are scheduled to begin in less than 24 hours from now. Brisk voting was witnessed in all the three states, but the question remains as to who will form the government. Well, preparations are afoot in all three states for the counting of votes, which is set to begin from 8 a.m. tomorrow. All right, now we shall cut live to our team of reporters from Meghalaya, Tripura and Nagaland. Well, we have our Chief of Bureau Arindam Das joining us from Tura, Joydeep Hazarika joining us from Shillong, Chipen Kubung joining us from Dimapur and Pinaki Das joining us from Agartala. So we have our team of reporters lined up to give us all the minute updates as tomorrow is the D-Day. So first of all, I would like to go to Chipen Kumun in Dimapur. So Chipen, tomorrow is the D-Day, well, the result day tomorrow. So how's the preparation going on at this point in time as less than 24 hours left for tomorrow's D-Day?
Yes, Priya, exactly. So the atmosphere is quite hyped up right now. We have just a few, moments ago, we have spoken to some of the leaders of the respective political parties. We have spoken to some of the candidates. And, this is one of those moments when they are all gathered or when they are, engaged in a series of discussions to chalk out strategies on how to go about once the polls are announced. So this is a very tense moment. The candidates, the political parties are feeling the pressure at this moment. But it's not just, let me tell you, it's not just the candidates or the political parties. The ones feeling more pressure are the people themselves, are the voters themselves. They have been campaigning, they have been canvassing extensively for their voters, for the political parties for so many weeks now. And tomorrow will decide the fate of their candidates. So the environment is quite, full of energy, but that energy comes from the very fact that the poll results will be announced in less than, or in about 10 hours from now on. So that is, I beg your pardon, the counting will commence in about 10 hours from now. So that is definitely building up a lot of energy in the state of Nagaland. And yes, I am in Dimapur and I've spoken to a few of the public also this morning, and they are saying that, whoever forms the government this time, the government should be built on the foundation of development and, transparency. So that is what is going on. Yes, so overall the environment is quite hyped up. The atmosphere is quite hyped up, and all the political parties, the candidates themselves, and the public as a whole are really looking forward to what is going to happen. And, they just cannot wait for the poll results to be declared tomorrow. So excitement as well as massive pressure all over the air now.
All right, Chipen, please be with us. And now I'm going to Arindam Das, who is in Tura. So, Arindam, less than 24 hours left. The results, the counting of votes will be start tomorrow at 8 a.m. So, how's the mood there? How's the last-minute preparations going on in Tura, Arindam?
That's right, Priya. Less than 24 hours, exactly over 21 hours left for the counting process to begin in entire Meghalaya. Let me speak about the scenario in Garo Hills. In Garo Hills, there are 5 districts and 24 assembly constituencies. So, counting will take place at 5 places. East Garo Hills, West Garo Hills, South Garo Hills, North Garo Hills and Southwest Garo Hills. For East Garo Hills, counting will take place at District Headquarter Uliamnagar. For West Garo Hills, it will take place at District Headquarter Tura. For North Garo Hills, it will take place at Reshuvelpara. For South Garo Hills, it will take place at Bagmara. And for Southwest Garo Hills, it will take place at Ampati. So, in these 5 counting stations, the process of counting will start at 8 a.m. tomorrow sharp. And initially, it will be the postal ballots which will be counted, and after that, the EVMs will be opened up. And let me tell you that we have seen how Garo Hills has remained the focus of all the political parties, because these 24 seats are going to be crucial in in making a deciding factor in this assembly elections, because whoever wins the maximum number of seats from Garo Hills will be forming the government in Meghalaya. In fact, after the polls, immediately after the polls, the exit poll results were out. It was done by 3 different agencies, and the 3 different agencies predicted a hung and fractured mandate, again in the state of Meghalaya, which has a history of fractured and hung mandate. So, looking at that, what has come to the fore is that NPP will be the single largest party. Of course, they will not be having the numbers to form the government on their own. They will be needing the support of other parties. Second comes in the race is the TMC, which is trying very hard to make inroads into the state of Meghalaya. And in the third position comes BJP. But in 24 hours from the exit polls and 24 hours before the counting process began, already parleys have started between top political leaders. Yesterday, Meghalaya's incumbent Chief Minister and NPP National President, Conrad Sangma, rushed to Guwahati in the afternoon, and there was a crucial and confidential meeting of the Chief Minister with Assam Chief Minister and NEDA convener, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, which took place at Hotel Radisson Blu. The meeting started at 9 p.m. and it lasted for over 30 minutes. So, ahead of the counting, already parleys are on, talks are on between top political leaders as to who will form the next government, because it has to be an alliance government, this time also in the state of Meghalaya. So, in fact, before that, NEDA convener and Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, during a press meet, has already hinted that in all the 3 states, the poll-bound 3 states, Tripura, Nagaland and Meghalaya, it is again going to be an NDA alliance government. So, after that, we have seen how Meghalaya Chief Minister and NPP National President Conrad Sangma went to Guwahati last afternoon, and in the evening at 9 p.m. there was a crucial and confidential meeting at Hotel Radisson Blu between Assam Chief Minister and NEDA convener Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma and Meghalaya's incumbent Chief Minister and NPP National President Conrad Sangma. So I can only tell you that before the counting is to begin, already parleys and talks have started between top political leaders as to which party will ally with whom to form the next government in Meghalaya.
Yes, Arindam, be with us. All right, and now I'm being joined live with Joydeep Hazarika from Shillong. So, Joydeep, how's the mood in Shillong? You have been covering elections in Shillong. So, tomorrow is the D-Day. The counting of votes will start from 8 a.m. So, how's the atmosphere? How's the mood in Shillong, Joydeep?
Yes, Priya, I am here at the polo grounds in Shillong, where the strong room has been set up. Yes, tomorrow is the D-Day. Tomorrow, counting will start from 7 in the morning. Elaborate arrangements have been made here. Security has been tightened in and around the polo ground area. If I talk about the security, then there's a 3-tier security. Obviously, the first tier is within the polo ground premises, where tight security has been set up in and outside the strong room, where the EVMs have been kept. After that, you have the security at the main gates, where most of the checking and the entry and exit are being monitored. Apart from that, you have a security personnel positioned near in different positions near the polo ground area, in the roads, to check the coming and going of normal traffic. If we talk about the situation in Shillong, it is quite normal. There's I will not say that there is any heavy traffic presence in Shillong as such. Because obviously what we have seen in other states ahead of the counting is that the road around the strong room is normally cordoned off. However, Shillong has a very drastic traffic problem, and because the roads are narrow, cordoning off the roads around the polo ground would create a lot of hassle for the authorities as well as the people. So far we have not seen any cordoning of the road, but security personnel have been put up in the area to monitor the smooth flow of traffic, and also so that it does not hamper the functioning within the strong room or around it. If we talk about the polling, then the polling was quite good in Meghalaya. So 85% of polling was witnessed here in Shillong. If we talk of the East Jaintia Hills district, then East Jaintia Hills district recorded 79.35%, which is close to 80%, which is again very good. On the polling day, we witnessed that early morning it was a slow start. People did turn up at the polling booths, but huge crowds were not witnessed. It was towards later in the day that more and more people started turning up, and towards the end of the day, the state recorded 85% of polling. So this time overall in all the districts, in all the constituencies, it has been quite good polling in Meghalaya. Again, as we have been gauging the mood in Meghalaya, it was being feared that the large scale voting, the good turnout, might actually lead to a fractured mandate, and we saw that in the exit polls, which pointed out to a fractured mandate in Meghalaya. And we already know that the talks have already begun among parties as to what should be done if, in case fractured mandate does happen. But obviously, what we all can be quite sure of, from the exit polls, is that NPP is going to turn out as the single largest party in Meghalaya. Here in the East Khasi Hills, or even in the Jaintia Hill areas, it is being expected that most of the seats would be taken by NPP, UDP, and some other parties. BJP will be increasing its tally this time. BJP is hopeful that it will reach somewhere around 10. And if that happens, then BJP can be a major factor in forming an alliance. It can even act as a kingmaker of sorts. But that is something we'll have to wait and watch for tomorrow, how things actually turn out. Priya.
Right. And now coming to you, Chipan Kubung, who is in Dimapur. So, Chipan, we have witnessed many pre-poll violence in Dimapur and entirely in Nagaland. So, tell us about the security arrangements for tomorrow, as tomorrow is the result day, Chipan.
Yes, definitely. Absolutely, Priya. So before I go on to answer your question, now there's one clarification that I want to make here. When we were talking about the atmosphere, the energy in the state of Nagaland, when the counting of votes is, just a few hours away, I was so excited that I got carried away and I said, and I mentioned 10 to 12, but it's actually not 10 to 12. Almost, the counting is set to take place tomorrow morning at 8 in the morning. That's what we have been informed, at sharp 8 in the morning. So it is about 18 to 19 hours away from now. So the counting will take place. And now, yes, coming back to your question, the security arrangement this time, if we look at it from the date of announcement of the campaign till the day of vote casting, the security arrangement has been top notch, and it is going to be the same or even more heightened during the counting of the votes, because the counting of votes is such an important part of this election process that the Election Commission of India, or the administration for that matter, would not want any errors during the counting of votes. They would not want any distractions. They would not want any, want to trespass the premises or the area where the votes will be counted. So as a matter of fact, the security arrangement is very tight. We have spoken and have gotten information that there will be the CAPF, Central Armed Police Forces, and the Nagaland Police, and the IRB as well. They will be jointly monitoring, assessing the entire security situation, in and around Dimapur. And most importantly, their focus will be at the Deputy Commissioner's office at Duncan, where the counting of votes will take place. So yes, at the moment, the security arrangement is quite tight. It's not just tomorrow, but starting today itself, they are already at the venue and they are keeping strict vigil so that, no untoward incident, no one will trespass the premises. So yes, Priya, the security arrangement is pretty tight. All the CAPF, Nagaland Police, IRP are in place. They are just ready, they are just a call, a command away if anything happens. So it's all very tightly prepped up. It's a top-notch arrangement for now.
All right, we also have Pinaki Das with us. So Pinaki, where are you at this point in time, as tomorrow is the results day? So how's the mood and atmosphere in Tripura? Tell us about that, Pinaki.
Exactly. Right now, see, we are standing in a village which is very close to Agartala and is a bordering village. You can see behind me the fencing over here, and you can see the security persons of the BSF who are keeping a guard in the border. This is the arrangement in the border that has been made. There is 24 by 7 border guarding going on so that no untoward incident can happen in Agartala, particularly from here around 1.5 kilometers away from here is the main counting hall of West Tripura district. See, counting for the 60 constituencies of Tripura is taking place in 21 counting centers. Out of the 23 subdivisions, in 21 countings are happening, and in Agartala, except the that is the Sadar subdivision, except the Jirania and the Mohanpur subdivision, counting in taking place in all other subdivisions. In Agartala, those two subdivisions counting are taking place, and tight security arrangements have been made. There are 3 tiers security arrangement at the counting centers. Yesterday, the CEO himself had visited some of the counting centers. And in Agartala, we have found that the gate, there is the state police who are checking whoever is entering. And at the second phase, there are the checkings of people, those who are authorized only, they are allowed to enter with the I-cards or the special pass that has been provided by the Election Commission. And at that, from the gate starts the surveillance with CC camera. Those have been installed. In the counting centers, the strong rooms are been sealed, and security, particularly central paramilitary forces, are day and night covering it. And at the same time, we have found that the net barricade has been made over there, and these arrangements are specially so that there is foolproof arrangement for this counting, and the CEO himself has shown that the CC cameras are on live outside the counting centers, where the political parties representative can also monitor if there is any type of thing happening. So this is the transparency that the Election Commission has brought, and the tight security in the border. It is a BSF. Other than BSF in the border, the BSF has been also been deployed as central paramilitary forces at many places. So this is what we have found, and most of the places this time, for the first time, the central paramilitary forces are also in addition to the state paramilitary forces, they are also in mobile. This is the first time that there is, and there are micro observers at every table, and other than the 60 special observers have been kept to monitor the things. Moreover, there has been peace meeting. Those have happened in across 3,337 polling stations where the polling took place, and huge turnover. More than 4 lakh people have participated in those peace, and keeping finger crossed, this election has been very peaceful, and we hope that the counting will be peaceful. At the same time, post counting it will be peaceful.
Pinaki Das, yes, be with us now. I'm again being joined with Joydy Pazarika from Shillong. So, Joydy, tell us about the security arrangements in Shillong as well.
We talk about the security arrangements in Shillong as general. There are security personnel present in some of the key areas, but it is not something that I would term as very tight security. Because as I said, there has been no incidents of violence or any scuffle before the elections or during the elections. So it is being expected that even when the results come out, there should not be much of any problem. If we talk about the security arrangements, I can see more of the security arrangements here around the polo ground area, because it is the strong room. But in the rest of Shillong, police personnel are stationed here and there, which is mostly on a normal basis. The atmosphere is quite simple. And anyways, Meghalaya is normally not associated with any poll-related violence. So even during the results, even during on result day, it is being expected that it would be mostly a smooth, incident-free day. So what we can expect for tomorrow is that whatever the results may be, even if any party ends up winning the majority, or if it is a fractured mandate, it should not be a situation where it may raise security concerns among the authorities. So obviously here all security necessary security has been put in place. Tomorrow it is being expected that more security would be seen in Shillong, especially in the polo ground area around the strong room, because obviously because tomorrow is counting day. In the main parts of Shillong, it is being expected that security will be beefed up tomorrow just as a precautionary measure. But frankly speaking, nobody is expecting that any incident would take place, because once the results come out, it is more of a post result game that everyone is more interested in. Because if there is a fractured maintain, then definitely the game of alliance will begin immediately. And even as I speak, talks have already begun among parties as to what sort of alliances can be formed if the results indeed come out as a fractured mandate. Priya.
So, coming to you, Arindam Das, well, you're in Tura and very interesting seat there. From South Tura is Bernat Marag versus Kongrat Sangma. How's any reactions coming in? How's the mood about the NPP and BJP supporters? How confident they are to win tomorrow?
Well, yesterday I had interviewed both incumbent Chief Minister and NPP National President Conrad Sangma, as well as his opponent, the Vice President of Meghalaya BJP, who is also the BJP candidate from South Tura constituency, Bernard and Marak. So definitely this is going to be a very tough fight, but Bernard Marak is also very much confident that he will win this seat, the South Tura seat, against the incumbent Chief Minister Conrad Sangma. But Conrad Sangma is also confident that NPP will get more numbers, as has been predicted in the exit polls. So we have to wait for tomorrow for the EVM to be opened up and then the counting process to begin. But it would be very interesting to see the trends here in Garo Hills. As I have said, there are 24 seats in Garo Hills, and for these 24 seats there will be 5 different counting stations at the district headquarters of 5 districts of Garo Hills. So right now I'm in Tura and I'm outside if my camera person can show you, if my camera person can show you the visuals of this station. We are not being allowed to take visuals today because of security reasons. Of course, we'll be allowed an entry tomorrow when the counting process will begin and take visuals. But now, for security reasons, we are not being allowed to take any visuals from the counting station, from outside the counting station, which is right now a strong room, which will become a counting station tomorrow. So we are at the SMELC at a place called Dakobgre in the outskirts of Tura, where this counting will take place for West Garo Hills. There will be 11 constituencies here in this counting station. And apart from that, as I have said,
right,
in other 4 district headquarters also, there will be counting taking place
all right,
for the other constituencies.
Arindam Das, thank you so much for all those details. Jaydeep Hazarika, Chiben Kubung from Dimapur and Pinaki Das from Agartala, thank you so much for all those details. So viewers, you can see our team of reporters is right there at ground zero to give us minute-to-minute updates from Nagaland, Meghalaya and Tripura.